Hey guys, Sunday, August 13, 2025. Let's look at uranium spot price analysis for August. So without any further delay, let's get into it. So I haven't had a chance, or I haven't had the access to get the close of the month for July. So what I went ahead and did was I got the close on the future, and once this information appears, I will adjust the charts. So we're going to go by using the close of 71.45 for the month of July. Since my analysis is monthly basis, that's how I've been doing this since I've been tracking uranium spot price. As long as you're aware of that, and next month we'll adjust it once the numbers come out. So let's look at our daily chart and kind of get an idea of what's really happening here. Daily, actually, let's put our Hikanashi, and you can see that on the futures, we got this impulse wave higher all the way to 78, and then we started stalling. And we're kind of hovering around 71.40. We broke the trend line here. But in the short term, which is the daily, the trend so far is grinding higher. We need to hold this trend line, and we need to gain this trend line here. I mean, this channel, and then we need to gain this trend line. And we need to get back above 71. We don't want uranium futures to crack the channel and test 65. I mean, it can, and if it does that and then rejects it, then that's what I call a fail new low. And they could continue going higher, but I think it's probably gonna maybe go sideways and higher here. This is just a correction, but key things you want to watch is try to get above this trend line, stay in this channel and break it, and retest 78. Now when you go to the weekly on the uranium futures, UX1, you can see that the trend is a little negative. It started getting negative here. So what you want to do is break this channel like we did here, but we failed. And we right now at the 71, which is the 50%. We're right here. So we want to get out of here. Either sideways is fine. We just don't want to start digging in from here. Sideways, and then slightly grind higher, break the channel, retest 78, and continue going higher. So I just wanted to give you kind of a ballpark of what's going on in real time. Now let's look at our Elliott wave theory and see what the Elliott wave theory is telling us in the uranium spot price. Okay, so those that are new to my channel, just to kind of catch you up, you know, that high we made up here in the 2007. This is the Fukushima high. That's your wave 3. We made a wave 4 around 2016. And now we are working on a wave 5. A wave 5 projection. First target is 136, pretty much retesting the high. And then a higher wave 5 projection is going to be 208. I believe we're going to hit this, and we're probably going to hit this too. Now let's zoom in and see what we got cooking here. So within this wave structure, wave 4, we're doing a 1, 2, 3, 4. That was our correction that we made around 2024. We got a wave 4 now, working to do a wave 5 higher. So that's your retest of the high 2007, and then $208. We're above the 50. We're below the 20. The cycle topped out somewhere around in the month of April of 2024. We made a high somewhere around January. We made a low here around March-ish, and the cycle low was on March. And now the high is coming in 2026. So I have a strong conviction that we're probably going to grind higher from here. Once we get to around, January, February, around there of 2026, which will be next year, then things could be interesting. It could either be showing signs of weakness, exhaustion, especially if it's grinding higher and pushing higher. Once we get around this time frame, this is where you want to be like, okay, that's if you're, swing trader, or, you just want to get some, profits. This would probably be an area that maybe you want to, skim down or get out completely, and then wait for the next, phase, and then get in again if that's your strategy. But if you're long term, you think your uranium is going to go to the moon, then you just want to keep holding it, and when it pulls in, accumulate. Especially if you think that we're going to go all the way to 208 around there, and maybe even higher. As you can see, we got the 61.8 at 204. We got the 100 extension, which is 153. Interesting, 153. Those are the exact 103 fishes fish that the disciples caught when Jesus told them to go this way, and you'll get. And they got 153. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, so wave 4 going into wave 5. Keep an eye on that. Is there anything else here? We in the channel on the mid point of the channel. Watch out for, you could say, November. Around November, volatility is going to increase. I don't know if it's going to be an explosion to the upside, or maybe sideways from here to November and then rock and roll. I don't know what's going to happen, but volatility is going to increase around the month of November. So it'll be interesting to see where we're going to be at. If it's going to be going up and then maybe correct, or sideways to lower, who knows? Or just sideways, or slightly grinding, and then something happens in November that explodes. Watch out for, you could say, January and July of 2026, and he's a target 105, 109, 122, all the way to 136. And remember that the cycles are up and Stokes are positive, so that's good. Remember this is all negative. And this is monthly, so you're going to see some dips and whatever, spook the bulls, but the bulls should be confident and strong that things are going to go higher. And this is just my analysis on here. Let's, anything here with Gann? Let's see. Not really. We were holding the midpoint, which is pretty much your 50%, somewhere around 63. We got this angle. I think the next probably would be around here, around 85. We could get up there and then maybe start pushing higher. Let's go into the geometry and see what the geometry is saying there. Okay, before I go into the geometry chart, I wanted to show you some things here. So let's look at our spectrum cycle analyzer. So far the green one right here is setting for a top. And then the blue one is going for December. And then there's a red one that goes down all the way to December. So they're like inverse. But 2 cycles are up, 1 is down. I did a composite of those 3 cycles that I've been using. And so far the low came a little earlier. But the cycle is up in conjunction with the cycle that I used on the Elliott wave chart. And it peaks around November. Remember, November was going to get interesting. The ellipse technique was showing some kind of volatility. So maybe it is that we grind higher and then we pull back, and we're going to follow this composite cycle. Then it peaks. So I don't know. It's one of those things. You're going to just follow price action, but this is kind of like a roadmap. And if we start grinding higher, then it looks like this is going to play out here. And then we start topping out around November. It starts getting weak, or, who knows what's going to happen from here to November with all the stuff going on in the world. But whatever it is, this is I'm kind of the model I'm following. So that's the composite with the cycle. And this is the Bradley model. Bradley model kicked in around March. You can see that we made that low. The Bradley model is indicating something around 10. October 5th, we got days, but we're dealing with months. So we got to look at October and November. Same thing in conjunction with the ellipse and the cycles and everything. So we're interested to see what price action is going to do right now that it's at the midpoint between this swing point and this swing point, which is like 71 and change. But once we start entering into October, November, this is where it's going to be interesting. Is it going to be a pop, just sideways, or a correction? It can maybe continue pushing lower. However, the cycles are not saying that that's going to happen. The cycles are up, but you never know. Sometimes the cycles work and sometimes they don't. I just wanted to give you at least a heads up on that. So just remember, follow price action. Lastly, in this chart, I wanted to show you the Gann square. As you can see, we're at the midpoint there. And here's another one that I'm looking at. We found support here, found resistance there. We're kind of floating in la-la land there. Do I have a pitchfork here? Yeah, we're at the pitchfork. So this pitchfork goes, let's close this down. This is a little bit of geometry. This goes way to the low and to the all-time low of 710. And we're right below it. You know, we pierced it, regained it, and now we are right below it again. So it'll be interesting to see if it's going to like chop around here and maybe explode to the upside. So this is a key angle. As you can see, sometimes we stay there for years below it, but then we regain it. And now we need to see if we could regain that back. Let's go to the last clip before I end this video. Okay, so this is the last clip. As you can see, let's start with just some of the things that I use to gauge. So we're above the 1 by 1. So we're kind of in this angle in this space, time and space. So nothing really interesting there. On the Gann fan from the all-time low, we are below the 45. So there is a little weakness, but hovering or above the 1 by 2. So that's a little positive. In the eclipse, in regards to geometry, we haven't broken out. We tried here and we failed. So I'd like to see if we could get out of this and push higher. The Gann square, we're hovering around the midpoint. Nothing there. What is this? That's May. What, May? Yeah, May of next year. Nothing too far. We fail the midpoint from these swing points here. We're kind of between the swing point high of 77 and the low of 62. Fibonacci retracement, as you can see, we're right smack in the middle of this range between the all-time low and the all-time high. So right in the middle, right in the middle. Found resistance at the 50% from swing points. You can see that the market does follow geometry. There's support at 57, too far. This is a channel, we're below it. Nothing to be worried about there. Let's see, advance, support resistance. Right now we are below 73.22. Gann fan from our current low of 2016. We are above the 1 by 1. So that is good, 45 degree. So to sum it all up, I think we're just going to be either range bound, sideways, maybe slightly grinding higher, but we want to get out of this rut and start pushing higher. Cycles are up, so I'm assuming that prices are going to continue pushing higher. The Elliott waves indicating maybe a possible wave 4 here, now working on a wave 5. So if you're bullish, what you want to see is higher prices going higher, making higher highs and higher lows. As a disclaimer, I own uranium stocks, so I am bullish, and I got skin in the game, so I'm watching this like a hawk, because the last thing I want to do is see that this thing crashes. And then on top of that, you know, all the stuff going on in the world with the earthquakes, and you know, we don't want another Fukushima. That's the last thing that we want, is another Fukushima somewhere in the world. But nonetheless, I stay positive. I pretty much stay positive, because that's all you could do. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on uranium spot price.